Where are you, old fool? Uh, I hope no one hurt you. I'll find you, I swear. I miss you. Rats. Interesting engine.
The Duke's probably not back from Philadelphia. Before you left, the Howler will be distracted by some core they're working.
If we're lucky. Maybe if we go up, we can go down. Then again, maybe it's a time thing and she'll unblock it herself. Can I? There's a window there. Get in that way. We'll worry about that in a moment.
You're up. When you're ready to talk, I'll tell you what I know.
All right. You've explained part of it. But what were you and Sokolov doing here?
The old man loved Karnaka, but he'd caught wind of a conspiracy tied to the Crown Killer. He wanted to warn Corvo.
Good of him.
There were reports about tensions rising, corruption, street violence. I didn't give it much mind. Usually the local authorities resolve that sort of thing.
The new Duke has let things slide. But Sokolov concluded he might be the head of the conspiracy. He came in looking shocked, and if you've heard his after-dinner stories, you know that's unusual. We were going to set up for Dunwall, but something happened.
The Crown Killer.
Yes, the hatch ripped open and Sokolov screamed. All I caught was a glimpse of someone carrying him across the deck. I followed as long as I could, toward Addermeyer Institute. It's run by the alchemist Hypatia. Maybe the Duke is using a patient of hers, the Crown Killer.
Addermeyer. All right. I'll get inside. The Crown Killer has to be eliminated, and if the alchemist will cooperate, maybe I can learn something about what happened to Sokolov. Wish me luck.
If you need my luck, Sokolov's as good as dead. When you get done at the Institute, disable the watchtower. Once it's down, I'll bring the boat around. We'll take the skiff to the shore when you're ready.
I'm just fascinated on how she managed to stick this to this without needing a pin or something. That's the real magic here.
This Dr. Hypatia. She seems to represent the good that's possible within the Empire.
Seems doesn't mean but you told this guy was on your side, you know. Sorry, my mind started drifting back to the other thing again. Remember I was saying, how should I phrase it? You remember the thing that made me stop recording, throw out a video before? It was actually a full 20 minutes. Yeah, I was, my mind drifted back to that for a moment, so, yeah. And it's just this again.
Delilah. My aunt, if that's really true.
It's
She
not.
has a twisted way of looking at the world. I don't know Duke Luca Abel, but Corvo served under Luca's father, and said Theodanis was a good man. Mortimer Ramsay. The Duke couldn't have pulled off the coup without someone inside the City Watch.
And presumably pretty high up. You need, you need the, extra pull.
So the Crown Killer was a tool of the Duke's coup. The murders had a calculated effect. Sokolov seems so much older now.
Has been 15 years.
It looks like the overland route to the Addermeyer Institute goes through the carriage station.
Just having a look around here. Okay. And here's Delilah.
Why is this here? It's Delilah.
also looks more recent. So did Sokolov paint it recently?
Always tinkering, painting, or living life with gusto. That's Sokolov.
Wonder how's Piera. Those are blood flies. There's a dead one in there. Something I can collect, but I kind of don't want it. It was wrong to tamper with shit.
Dearest Emily, or must I say, your Imperial Majesty, I have something that you and Corvo must hear at the first opportunity. It concerns the murders happening across the Empire, committed by this so-called Crown Killer. When I left Crystal years ago, I swore I'd never again take part in any further political matters. I've done my share of bad things, and some good, before and after the Rat Plague. But here in Karnaca, I've uncovered a terrible conspiracy against you. Here, at the bottom of the Empire, the cobblestones smell of death and corruption. I'm staying with an associate, Megan Foster, aboard her vessel, the Dreadful Whale. We'll leave for Dunwall in the morning, as soon as the tides are willing. I keep thinking of the way sweet Jessamine was stolen from you and your father, and I fear it might be your turn to face such turmoil. I know Corvo would protect you with his life, but please do not trust anyone.
There you are, old man. I was asked to pay you a visit.
Wait, what's wrong with you? Megan!
Off we go, Sokolov, to somewhere more private.
Interesting. They could have, not drawn it out nearly as much. Why can't an old man enjoy his last years in a warmer climate, with good wines and spicy food, without stumbling into another nest of aristocratic vipers, eager to coil around the heart of this empire? As I've learned more each week for months now, I find my mind turning and turning over the movements beneath the surface here in Karnaca. Luca Alba. Sorry, just need to stretch. And some inner circle that even seems to include Captain Mortimer Ramsey of the Donald City Watch, a trail that boggles the mind. Many others are involved. They aim their venom at our dear Empress, young Emily. That much is certain, but when will they strike and how? Do I dare spend another month gathering stray bits of esoteric information, linking it together with what we already know? Can we even afford another week? Or should Megan and I set out for Bristol tonight, taking this leaky tub up through the canal? Corvo will not hesitate. But as soon as I hand over what I know, if I'm too hasty, it might be his undoing, coming home to his native Sakonos without some critical piece of knowledge about this affair. And then there's the Crown Killer to worry about. The fiend is part of Duke Alba's schemes, as I suspect, along until the dreadful whale catches Duke's eye. A colleague of mine owns a stunning map of the known world, adorned with curacles and sea beasts. It has a cherished spot over her mantle. She paid handsomely for it, and was so bristled when I enumerated the various errors, chief among them, of course, the size and placement of the Bendisian continent. Oh, how cartographers are loath to show how small and distant our empire really is compared to that giant landmass, as if Pendesia were but a few days' journey from Iran. Every veteran ship captain knows it takes months to reach those shores. I had no doubt that Pendesia was rich in resources, but a place must be understood if we ever hope to exploit its myriad treasures. These were my thoughts as I agreed to join the ill-fated expedition, and so it was on the third day of the month of Earth, under calm grey skies, the great sea vessel Antinia Aquilo set sail with captain, crew, researchers, and myself, 38 of us total, for what be the most terrifying and spiritually draining experience of my life. I've wondered whether I have another book in me. The bloodfly epidemic, coupled with basic information on life cycle and behavior, might make an excellent project for this old natural philosopher. Bloodflies are exotic insects, unlike anything else found in Serkinos. Suspect they originate on the Pendesian continent. In groups of three or fewer, they're harmless. Individuals won't attack, leading me to speculate each emits a scent that has a collective effect on larger numbers of bloodflies. Bloodflies are attracted to rapid movement and sound. Their nests can be broken apart, scattering the swarm. In particular, their nests are quite susceptible to fire. The insects require fresh corpses to lay their eggs, which hatch in breathtaking fashion after a very short time. More corpses in a Sakonan city, say during a crisis or a plague, mean more bloodflies. Interestingly, in the last part of bloodflies' life cycle, they calm a great deal. Leaving the swarm, they molt, causing the wings to drop off. Afterward, each bloodfly lives in solitary existence. Very odd. Bloodflies are largely restricted to stout, for warmer climates, like certain aging natural philosophers. Ugh, doesn't sound nice. Okay, I am just done. I've recorded for way too long. I need to get sleep. Don't want to mess up my sleep schedule. The Shinderi Gift, a study by Amora Clipswitch on the effects of the winds of the Karnaki landmass and resulting economic positions. Whale oil, liquid power. It was astonishing that within those beasts, inside the oil harvested along with their flesh, was enough power to see the isles through those tumultuous years. And all seemed limitless, but now the lights begin to dim. Our fisher folk say the great beasts are increasingly rare. Not all places will suffer this loss equally. Fellow natural philosophers, Karnak has a unique feature, the cleft in Chindari Peak, through which the winds are channeled and amplified. As whale oil begins to run short, the cost of finding remaining leviathans escalating beyond the wealth of the oil itself, Karnak will find itself ascendant among the isles. Okay, I'm just going to get into this other thing and leave it at that. Open it. And just drop inside. Easy.
Push out into the harsh world. You are alone, but for a few allies. Those around you cannot see me. I am here and not here when you call to me. I heard a story once of a sailor caught forever in a fog. They traveled with her across all the seas. I am that sailor. There will come a time when we must part. I only tell you this in the hope to make easier our farewells. If we should become parted someday, remember that I know exactly who you are, and that I treasure you. I wonder if you remember me as I was. Sometimes I think of those days. Do you? When this crisis has passed, you must promise to release me. I am tired. How long, my dearest? How long must I endure in this shadow state?
If only we had Dowd's, night vision, dark vision, we could just be like, we can free you right now. I got a sword. Okay, nothing else. I'm missing a book. Blood of the Able House. Chapter 4, Introduction. Oh, you know what? I'm going to end this here. I need give me a moment. Let's just see. Do they have the book here? Oh, also, actually, powers. This. Upgrade. Yes. Let us see. Doesn't look like we have the part 2. Let's jump straight to part 3. Yeah, wouldn't be a good idea to just leave them burn. Though I doubt it would actually have a game effect. That'd be surprising. Yeah, I have no idea where the other stuff is. Where the other book is. Okay, in that case, we'll read this one, and we'll read the other thing later. Next time. At dawn, I set out with the group that forged east and included 2 other natural philosophers and 4 crewmen. We used blades to clear the vegetation that grew thickly here, and slowly made our way from the shore up a steep incline. Our purpose was to gather samples of native plants for research journals, by myself pressing leaves and stems between pages, taking copious notes on several species of flora I surmised no human had ever set eyes on previously, when suddenly Mr. Garvet from the academy began hopping about and screaming wildly. Chance had bade him pick an unfortunate place to step. The rest of ant-like creatures swarmed him from below, so many in numbers tiny attackers that we quickly lost sight of him under their onslaught. We managed to pull Mr. Garvet from the insects, acquiring several painful welts where we had come to his aid. Mr. Garvet, however, was bitten, or stung as I would later discover, so many times he was barely recognizable, swollen onto the deformity over every inch of his person, moaning like a sick bull. He expired before we could carry him back to the beach. Luckily, some of the creatures still clung to him, providing me with precious samples. I really want to read the other book, though. Is it down here? We'll find it at some stage, I'm sure. I'm gonna end this here now, because I have recorded for way too long. I sincerely do hope you've enjoyed this, folks, and I'll be back soon to record more. But until then, adios. Please do let me know in the comments what you've thought. If there's anything you'd like to say, please let me know. Do keep in mind I am recording this well in advance, but still I do like feedback. Feedback is a nice thing. So, talk again soon, folks. Till then, love and peace.